In the 1300s, a terrible disease swept across Europe, killing millions of people. This disease was called the Black Death or the bubonic plague. It changed history forever. Let's find out when it happened, what caused it, and how it shaped the Middle Ages. Europe was a network of towns and commerce during the 1300s, bustling with life and trade. Medieval towns were busy with markets where traders sold everything from spices to fabric. But lurking in these crowded streets were rats, unknowingly carrying a deadly threat. Fleas traveled on these rats, jumping from one furry friend to another, spreading the plague. Once a flea bites, the bacteria spread quickly and the trouble begins. Doctors at the time were confused as they observed patients getting very sick. People who got sick began to cough and show us signs of the disease. Fear spread like wildfire. In 1347, the calendar flipped, marking the start of a dark chapter in the history. This is the moment when the Black Death begins to change everything. The Black Death began in Asia and spread west along trade routes. In 1347, ships from the Black Sea brought it to Sicily and Italy. From there, it spread quickly through Europe. The main cause was a type of bacteria carried by fleas on rats. Caravans traveled across deserts, connecting distant places, bringing goods and dangers alike. Medieval ships sailed towards Sicily, unknowingly carrying the plague with them. Dock workers unloaded goods at ports, unaware that a hidden menace was aboard. Rats scuttled out of the ships, carrying the fleas that would spread the sickness. The fleas, like tiny ninjas, jumped from rats to humans, bringing the bacteria with them. As arrows on a map show, the disease moved rapidly into Europe. Villagers could sense something was wrong. Worry filled the air as rumors spread. In town squares, bells rang, signaling something terrible was about to happen. The disease was spreading through trade and travel, like a shadow creeping across the land. The disease was called the bubonic plague. People developed black swellings, called buboes, high fevers and chills. Many died within just a few days. Doctors at the time did not know about germs, so they could not find a real cure. Doctors, puzzled, felt their patients' foreheads, searching for answers. Some turned to medieval herbal remedies, hoping for a miracle. Plague doctors donned their long-beaked masks, believing fresh air could ward off evil. In churches, people prayed for safety, seeking divine protection from the plague. Villagers collected herbs, convinced that pleasant smells could keep the plague at bay. In panic, many fled their towns, desperate to escape the unseen enemy. Inside humble homes, sickbeds became a common sight as families faced the disease. Meanwhile, scientists today understand germs and how they spread, marking a great leap for mankind. Sadly, there was no cure in the 1300s, leading to despair. The Black Death killed an estimated 25 to 30 million people in Europe, about 1/3 of the population. Some towns lost nearly everyone. Fields went unplowed, trade slowed, and fear spread everywhere. Once bustling villages turned empty and desolate, a haunting reminder of the plague's toll. Farmers' tools lay unused, a symbol of lost productivity. Marketplaces filled with empty stalls where once there was laughter and commerce. Nobles, too, felt the effects, worried about their empty halls and falling fortunes. Priests led funeral processions as the loss of life weighed heavily on communities. Some towns had to resort to mass graves as space ran out for burials. Empty streets echoed with silence, carrying only the whispers of the past. From 1347 to 1351, the Black Death left an undeniable mark on history. The feudal system began to shake and crumble as society faced a new reality. The Black Death lasted from 1347 to 1351, but its effects continued for centuries. With fewer workers, peasants could ask for better wages. This weakened the feudal system. Many people began questioning old ideas and searching for new answers, leading toward the changes of the Renaissance. New opportunities arose as farmers negotiated for better pay, changing the balance of power. Peasants left villages, migrating to towns in search of work and new lives. Merchant towns began to flourish once again, signaling a return to prosperity. Scholars emerged, thirsting for knowledge, paving the way for a brighter future. Innovations like the printing press appeared, allowing knowledge to spread. Visually, there were stark contrasts in towns before and after the plague. Renaissance art blossomed, inspired by the desire to explore new ideas. As Europe evolved, changes lit up the maps reflecting a transformed society. The Black Death had profound effects on history, changing how society functioned forever.